Hello, cinephiles, and welcome to Silver Screen Sips, a podcast where two idiots talk about movies. And today is our listeners episode number 8. Just a reminder that there are spoilers ahead for movies and TV shows that you may not have seen yet, so just know you've been warned. Today we're going to be talking about the movie Smile and also the movie 47 Ronin. I'm here with my lovely co-host Isaiah. Isaiah, how are you doing today?
I am still tired.
Yeah, we just recorded our season finale for season 10 back to back. So our energy is still here.
Our energy's still here.
Yeah. Sorry. Today's chill, guys. Today we're chilling. It's just me and Isaiah at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Isaiah, do you want to go first with your film?
Yeah, why not? Let me find the notes. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Why
don't you tell us what your movie is and who it was suggested by first before we get into it?
Okay, so my movie is 47 Ronin, suggested by Rory. Thank you, Rory. Rory. Bananas, if you will, in some circles.
That's our friend Bananas.
So I have the impression that she likes this movie.
I'm
about to not do that.
Disappoint her. Okay.
I'm sorry, Rory. I did not like this movie.
No.
I saw it before. Because it's got Rinko Kikuchi on it. It's got Keanu Reeves. It's about the 47 Ronin. Like I'm right. I'm down. I'm good.
What are the 47 Ronin?
47 Ronin. It is this really old tale about a bunch of guys who work for I believe a shogun. So I believe they work. It's for they work for their lord, but they become Ronin after their lord is killed by a rival lord, and the shogun, who's in charge of everybody, is like, oh, well, you guys don't have a lord anymore, so you're now Ronin. You're banished from the land. And they're like, well, we want revenge on the guy who killed our lord, and they're not supposed to. So they're like, well, we're still going to do it anyway. And basically that's what it is. They're all former samurai. They're all outcasts, and there's 47 of them.
Okay.
That's the basic, right? However, this is where it gets a little wonky. I don't like the fact that it's kind of whitewashed. So like, you got this, Keanu Reeves plays this kid who's like locked in the forest, right? He runs away, and they consider him a demon because he comes from this part of the forest where all the demons are from. I don't know if it's because he's white, but I don't think so, because when you get to that part of the movie, it gets real magical, and it turns out they're all like not human or something. They look kind of like look like Voldemort, to be honest with you. They all look like Voldemort. They're like a bunch of monks that live in the mountains, in the bamboo forest, right? And so like they look like Voldemort, and their heads vibrate. It's weird.
What the fuck is this movie, Isaiah?
I don't know. Ask Rory.
Rory, what the fuck is this movie? This is our friend, so I can totally shit on her.
So, one of the issues I do have with this movie is that the story is super basic. There is a lot of apparently back story to the movie. Like the production was in dire help. It was absolute hell. It was a circus in the backstage, right? So getting the movie done and like completed was its own feat of its own, apparently, because apparently like the entirety of the making of the movie is like severely over budget. There's a bunch of production hell things that was going through. The script kept on getting rewritten. Like there was a lot of problems that plagued this production. So the fact that they have like a somewhat coherent story to come out of it, I gotta give it to them. But like the fact that the movie itself is kind of just so generic and basic kind of makes it fall flat. So I'm like, well, I don't know what to give it. I'm like, I don't know. One of the things I do notice though is that the shogun, so he's the one who says you're forbidden from taking revenge. So it's like, oh, so he knew that this guy is like was plotted to take out their lord. So since he said, oh, you cannot take revenge, like I forbid you from taking revenge, you're now outcasted, and then gives him the guy's land after killing him. I'm like, why? What was the point? The guy literally like not betrayed, but like did a treacherous act in front of you, and you're like, okay, don't do. Oh, you can't take revenge. I'm gonna protect him now. Like he doesn't know him. Like it's not like they're buddy or they're working together. No. This is the shogun. Like he's like imagine like the king and like a bunch of feudal lords were like. He just comes down and he goes, I'm going to side with that guy for no reason. Like, it didn't make any sense. And also, instead of killing anybody, he just banishes them. when he has the opportunity and actually imprisons one of them for like 14 years and then doesn't kill him, releases him because I don't know what his plan was. I don't understand because he goes, oh, that one's going to cause me trouble. Like he knows that he's not going to care what the Shogun's going to say. He's going to just do what he wants and take revenge. So instead of killing him, he throws him in a pit.
Of course.
And then like 14 years later, they take him out of the pit and they like throw him in the street. And then the plot continues. I'm like, if you had killed him, that would be the end of it. Why are we watching this? What is going on? So yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Now, Rinko Kikuchi, top tier actress, love her. She plays the witch, and she is creepy as hell. Like she's got the 2 colored eyes. She's like basically a snake because she actually is a snake. Like she's like a demon. She turns into a giant snake demon at the end of the movie.
Interesting.
And fights Keanu.
This is not at all what I thought this movie was about. For some reason, I thought this movie was about cops. I don't know what movie I'm thinking of. Perhaps it's another one Rory suggested.
You heard 47 Ronin and thought cops.
I didn't know what Ronin were until literally today when you explained it.
Okay, that homeschooling for you, man. Okay.
Hey, you were too.
Yeah, but I know what Ronin means. So a lot of this movie is like being told to care for these characters because they exist, and that's about it. You don't actually care for any of them. It's mostly because they say, oh, you should care about them because they're in love. You should care about this character because they want their honor. It's like, I don't care because I'm not, there's nothing to develop to tell you to care or anything like that. And I'm like, why? Also, even when this movie came out, because I saw it when it came out, right? The biggest thing was about how the skeleton tattoo guy that gets 90% of the poster, by the way, and also like most of like the marketing is in the movie for, I kid you not, a solid 15 seconds.
Oh my God.
I timed it. He literally was on screen for 15 seconds between two
That's
different
hilarious.
shots.
That's so funny.
And he's like, yeah, if you look at this, if you look at the poster, he takes up like a big chunk of the thing. And then also he's like in all of his entire scene, all 15 seconds are in the trailer.
Oh my God.
Like it's crazy. Like I that's wild to me. But yeah, so I give it a 1 out of 5.
Wow, Rory.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Rory.
She's gonna text you and be like, dude, what the fuck? I was trying to be nice and you just shit on my movie.
I'm sorry. I have to be true and I have to be honest because like what the hell is that? And it's funny too. So my letterbox, right? The banner for the letterbox is the guy. It's the skeleton tattoo guy.
That's really funny. Well, thanks, Rory, for your suggestion.
Yes, thank you. So sorry.
Yeah.
I really wish it was better. I know everybody in the production thought that it was hoping it was better too.
Well, on that note, we'd like to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's episode, Shaker and Spoon. It's a monthly subscription service that gives you bar quality recipes and ingredients designed by award-winning mixologists. Their latest box, Born to Rum, Jamaica box, features amazing cocktails. For a recipe, what? Nope.
What?
Their latest box, Born to Rum, Jamaica box, features amazing cocktail recipes for rum lovers. Fucking hell, it's in my head now. Their latest box, Born to Rum, Jamaica box, features amazing cocktail recipes for rum lovers. Got it. If you'd like your very own subscription, then head over to shakerandspoon.com and use our promo code SIPS10 to get $10 off your first subscription. Again, that is promo code SIPS10, SIPS10, to get $10 off. That was rough.
That was rough. Yeah, but it's not as rough as the fact that there is actually a sequel to 47 Ronin, by the way.
There is?
There is.
So what I'm hearing is season 11. No, I'm just kidding.
God. I don't know who they thought that was a good idea, but yeah, it came out in 2022. It's called Blade of the 47 Ronin. It literally has none of the same characters. And stars Anna Akana.
Oh.
You know, the YouTuber.
Interesting. Well, so that says enough about that one.
Yes.
All right. So my film for today was suggested by Adonis S., another good friend of ours.
Donnie boy.
Donnie. My film was Smile, the 2022 horror film. I had not seen it up until this point, so it was something that I wanted to watch. Yeah, it was something I wanted to watch for a while, but I never got around to it. So I love when I have no other option but to watch the films. It's the
I love
best way
being
to get
bored.
me through it. So basically, for those who have not seen it or don't know what it's about, it's kind of like It Follows and Bird Box, but like a different level. It's kind of like this. It's hard to explain. I watched it so long ago that it's kind of furry. Here,
What's
furry.
furry?
Shut the fuck up. Fuzzy. Here's your synopsis of the movie. After
Synapses.
witnessing a bizarre traumatic incident involving a patient, Dr. Rose Cotter starts experiencing frightening occurrences that she can't explain. As an overwhelming terror begins taking over her life, Rose must confront her troubling past in order to survive and escape her horrifying new reality. So I say it's like It Follows because it's pretty much the same premise, except it's not, spoilers, transmitted through sex like It Follows was.
Yeah, it's not raunchy.
But it is kind of, yeah, it's the same premise though as like you're haunted by something, and it follows, quote unquote. That's why it's called that, but that's not what this is. Anyways, it's called Smile because when it's attached to you, you will witness people doing this really eerie smile across their face. It is not an attractive sight. So here's what I thought of it. I think overall it was fine. I'm very picky when it comes to horror movies. I love horror. It's my favorite genre, but there are only a few horror movies that I really like. And that's the sucky part about loving horror, is because most of them are shit, like Evil Dead Rise. But I digress on that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for Evil Dead series.
Yeah. It sucked. I'm just kidding. It was not that great though. So I think that the music did a huge part on this film. I think it really played into it well. It was different. It was unsettling. And I really liked that about it because I feel like a lot of horror films go with the same cliche sound. And it's hard to explain what that sound is, but you know it when you hear it. And this film did really well. Insidious vibes, where it's just like, meh, like a high violin. And this film just it did better. It was like, there wasn't really a rhythm to it. So it was very unnerving. I am a sucker for upside down shots. Okay.
That's very specific. That is so specific.
Yes. But there's a specific shot that has been done. Ari Aster, another director, he did Hereditary and Midsommar. He does it a lot. He did it in both of those films. And I just am a huge fan of that shot where the camera's basically upside down. So you see everything upside down. And it either just stays upside down or it eventually flips and comes back upright. And I love that. I don't know what it is about it, but I like that shot. It's different. I've only seen it a handful of times and I like it. A-Train from The Boys is in this movie. Didn't see that coming. Yeah. It was weird to see him in a role that was not a complete utter douchebag. I mean, to an extent, but like not like The Boys. And I think the sound design was really well done as well. That also played into it a lot. I think the music and the sound design was chef's kiss. I think it was a solid movie for about 80% of it.
Oh.
Yeah. The ending, the way it ended didn't really satisfy my needs.
That's the way to put it.
Kind of like, well, because it was a good psychological horror done right for the first, I'd say 3/4 of the movie. And then you get to this climax and it turned into like this weird mix of like, it's basically like the conjured up entity that's been haunting this woman come to life. And it was just really weird for me it took me out for some reason when I felt like it was supposed to immerse me more into the story, but just didn't. And it became more like every other horror movie where it's like, oh, look how scary the monster is. It's like, no, I like not knowing what the monster looks like. That's what makes it scary. I prefer going a whole entire film never knowing what the monster truly looks like. I like getting glimpses, maybe at most, just so that I can picture in my head. Because then when I see the monster, that might not be something scary. Because to me, horror is obviously very subjective. So something that scares me might not scare Isaiah, for example. So when I see the monster, I might be like, that's not really scary to me. But if you hide it, then I get to imagine what the monster looks like in my head as scary, and Isaiah gets to look at the monster in his head as he would imagine it being scary. And
Beth.
they could be
I think
they they could be completely different monsters, but they're the same character in a sense. I'm going on a tangent, but I was just not a fan of how they ended it because they revealed the monster. That was pretty much what I was trying to get at there. It had a strong theme throughout of like seeking help when you're in need of it,
when you're not
instead
strong.
of just like, why is that a song? But yeah, seeking help when you need it, and instead of just like keeping that shit inside, and like trauma and how people grieve and deal with trauma.
Don't bottle up your stuff.
Exactly. That was pretty much the premise of the movie. And I also think that there were a lot of cliches, but there's cliches in a lot of horror movies. So it's kind of something that can be overlooked at this point. And of course, there were some cliche jump scares because I've seen so many horror movies at this point. I can kind of anticipate when someone's going to do a jump scare in a movie. So when films, I guess, exceed that expectation, or they actually take me by surprise, then I tend to like the movie more. But if I can anticipate a jump scare, it kind of takes me out of the experience.
What was the famous, not the famous, but like the biggest thing that came out of this movie that I remember was the when she gets in the car and the lady's head pops out from around, like,
yes.
What was your reaction to that?
Well, I knew that was coming. Now, I didn't know that exactly was going to happen, like the head thing, but I knew a jump scare was coming because of the way that her head was not in the frame. I was like, okay, they're trying to set up some sort of suspension because we can't see her head. So it's like, oh, we can't tell if she's upset or if she's worked up. So I was already kind of anticipating a jump there. So it didn't really get me. But that's just because I overanalyze scenes a lot in horror. So I think that's why I knew something was going to happen.
But were you like, oh, what are your thoughts on it? Are you like, oh, that's a new one?
Yeah, it was definitely creepy. It was a creative way to do a jump scare because it wasn't just like, someone peeking around a corner and something literally jumping at you that you could see them approaching, So it's like, for those who don't really think of, or who don't overthink like I do, we're not expecting that. And I can see why that would be a good jump scare. It was well done, but just didn't get me. I really want to watch the Sinister franchise because that's literally been scientifically tested to be the scariest horror movie.
I'm good.
They had like people put on heart rate monitors and like check their heart rate during a bunch of different horror movies, and Sinister was like the highest amongst a bunch of different like test subjects. So I want to watch it. But yeah, I think I really didn't I didn't actually want to see this it before because the trailer made it look really corny and bad, and it kind of was like looked like every other horror movie nowadays. But it was a pretty decent psychological thriller. I would say I was pretty pleased. I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's no Hereditary, that's for sure. It's no Babadook, however you say it.
Babadook.
Babadook, but it's not bad. I preferred it over the phone, that's for sure. So 3.5 for me. Thank you, Adonis, for your suggestion. This has got to be one of our shortest episodes yet, just because there's only 2 of us doing movies. Usually there's 3 or 4 of us reviewing. But do you have anything else you want to add?
No.
Wait, we haven't even been recording for 20 minutes.
What? There's no way.
No, it's 25 minutes.
Damn, this really is a short episode.
So how you guys doing? I feel like we should keep it going. What the fuck? This was so short.
You're having a grand old time. Hey, guys.
Yeah. How was your day, guys? Great answer. Honestly, I think we all need a break. It's summertime. I think we all deserve a little break. I'm sure you're sick of hearing our voices. I sure am.
I have to live with
it. Yeah. I guess bye. I can sign us off. That'll kill a minute. Let's do that.
Okay.
You should
really just end it. You should have just ended it there. Like, well, bye, and then just end it.
See ya. So thank you everyone for listening today. I know it was a really short episode. Thank you, Adonis and Rory, again for your suggestions. Of course, if you'd like to
Or
hear
we just absolutely trashed it.
yeah. If you'd like to hear your favorite or even least favorite movies get reviewed by us, then you can email us at silverscreensips@gmail.com with your movie suggestions, and we might just pick it in the next listeners episode.
And I might just, shit on it.
Might just, yeah. We might just shit on it. So be sure to follow us on social media so you can get the latest updates on episodes and any upcoming guests. You can find us pretty much everywhere at Silver Screen Sips. And we will see you in season 11 next week. We don't know what that is yet.
Wait, did we?
Because,
yeah.
Yeah, we can't announce what it is because we are doing it early and ahead of time.
Well, you will find out.
You would know if you follow us on Instagram. There. That's all I got to say about that. Bye.
Bye.